Nice. Okay. Guys, why am I looking at a 7 of Swords here? 7 of Swords is talking about something sneaky, so like a ghosting, cheating, doing something quietly, doing something stealthy. Could also be something you're strategizing. I think you're quietly leaving something. Yes, it can even be quietly quitting, but you're going back and forth here with somebody, but it looks like you're ready to move on and leave. See, the thing that's challenging you is the Hangman, which is in the cross. You're getting stuck, but you're not stuck. You're trying to see something from a different point of view, but what you keep going back and forth, what you keep toggling with internally, Capricorn, 1 minute you're stuck trying to see it from one point of view, and then the next you're like, no, I got to focus. I got to keep going. I can't stop. I can't derail. Regardless of the positive and the negative stuff in my life, I got to keep it going, right? The 2 of Wands tells me you're at a threshold. You're at the door. You're ready to leave. But you are going back and forth here with an individual that perhaps maybe you were having an affair with, maybe you were having a fling with. Others of you could be ghosting or strategizing a certain situation. We'll see more when we clarify. Because I do see you having a little bit of success with somebody coming back to you, Capricorn. We'll see when we do clarify. What's coming in towards my Cappies, please? Right, 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. Interesting. And it's sad, shame too. I see a 2 of Cups, which is a partnership, but I also see you being torn, not knowing which direction to take. Should you be single, or should you, do this relationship and court this person and date this person and do something traditional here? Let me show you what I'm looking at. 9 of Pentacles, being single. Also being torn here as to which path to take. Whoever you have feelings for, it's mutual. They feel the same way about you. And I can see at the bottom of the deck, doing something traditional, courting them, dating them, and upgrading a relationship. I'm going to pause you for 1 second. I had to just blow my nose. I won't do that live. Yeah, allergy season, that's for sure. What is the surprise of the week for my Cappies, please? I really just don't hope this passes you by, Capricorn, because this has the potential of being really something sweet and beautiful and honest, right? The Empress, Queen of Swords, and Page of Pentacles. I don't know if you're dealing with multiple situations, Capricorn, or you just only have one in front of you. One in front of you and one behind you, perhaps. I don't know, but you're in your head. That's why I'm telling you these things, because you're calculating in your mind. Should I talk to this person? Should we communicate? Or should I slice and dice? Excuse me. The Empress is making me also feel as if you're evaluating your worth, your value. All right. Sorry about that, Capricorn. I just don't know what's going on here with you guys. All of a sudden, my throat started closing up. All right. Maybe these allergies are truly killing me. Let's get back to you. As you're sitting here weighing your pros and cons and your, this thing that got boring or stagnated, it needs to elevate. It needs to go to the next level. But you're thinking about it. But from the point of view that you are this Empress, like, what do they bring to the table? Because I know what I bring to the table. Some of you children are involved in this scenario. I do see you trying to manifest something, though. Here, possibly with a marriage and commitment, some of you that you already have one, others of you, yeah, some of you definitely are going through a divorce. And on the other side of this is the potential of leveling up with another person. Yeah, I really don't know how else I can see that any other way. All right. Because here you are looking at a marriage and a commitment, trying to manifest something, but then death, that's the end of that. And justice, that death and justice always tells me there's something is ending in court. Others of you, when I see death, something is ending and transitioning. And then when I see justice, I see a reward coming in. All right. And that would be this Four of Wands. The Four of Wands elevating, upgrading something in your life. What's that? For me, this is the happily ever after situation that is leading to something that is traditional, something that is nice, beautiful, meeting the family, meeting the friends, the white picket fence, all of it. But it's like a do-over with someone else. All right. What's the advice here for Capricorn? I think you're about to leave this new person that you recently met or that you connected to. But it's kind of, or you're debating them. But Spirit's like, it's time to mentally disengage from the old foundation that you had, right? Six of Swords talks about letting go, at least here in the head. And you need to leave whatever the chaos was behind and go to something smoother. It could have been a marriage. It could have been a commitment. Could have been your career. Could have been anything. But it's saying it's time to move on from that because you are starting to build a whole new one. Somewhere else with someone else or something else. All right? I see a King of Cups down here, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. All right, what is the outcome of the week, please? Yeah, you kind of haven't let go of your past or past person. You just have not closed the door. I think you have a little bit of fear of the unknown and moving forward. Interestingly enough, I do know that here, Six of Cups in reverse. You haven't moved past this. The Moon, Pisces energy. You are fear of the unknown, fear of the future, not knowing what's going to happen. But I know you have feelings here for somebody, but they as well with you. Okay, because this looks like a happy blend, a happy connection. Sorry, guys. And if I don't do your reading, it's never going to get out. So, here we go. Allergies and all. Now, let me see what's going on here with your Two of Wands. And the Hangman. What is this for Capricorn, please? What's going on here for Capricorn? Oh, that's way too many, Spirit. What is going on? I just want one more. Not a whole confusing story. Half this deck wants to come out at you. Let me see what's going on here. Three of Wands, High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, which is you, Ace of Cups, yeah. It's exactly as I suspected. Should you be so lucky, because I could show you 11 other zodiac signs that want to be in your shoes, Capricorn. You have somebody here that you're not talking to, that you're waiting for, but you also have new love, which to you is turning into a burden because you've added something onto your plate. I feel like you just kind of want to wait for the other person or the other situation and go from there. Does the cards just not want me to read for you today? What's happening with you guys? Here it is, Ace of Cups. Fresh new start in love, but to you, this is overwhelming. This has become a burden, right? But there's somebody here you're not talking to, High Priestess, that you're kind of waiting for before you make a decision. That is why you're also ready to leave. This is also why you're kind of like hanging in there, but you're also kind of like quietly doing whatever it is that you're doing. It's not so much that you're having an affair. You're just quietly reconstructing a whole new life that you can potentially have if this doesn't work out for you. All right, because I can see you still coming from your point of view, which is the Queen of Pentacles, somebody that's nurturing, loving, kind, caring, but is somebody that is stable also. I can see you feel left out in the cold. I can also see you're trying to decide who to invest in. I know you have feelings here for somebody, and and they make you happy. But I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Because who's the Two of Cups? Okay, because there's somebody here who feels the same way about you as you feel about them. But you're torn and you're trying to stay single. Please clarify that for Capricorn. The Magician is here. And the Hangman. More Pisces, Taurus energy. And the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I just keep seeing these new beginnings for you, Capricorn. But again, some of these cards are repeating now. You're getting stuck trying to manifest this future. But and you're like kind of trying to resist this new beginning because you do feel like it's a burden. And you are trying to just stay focused because you are dealing with something from your past. Change for you is not easy. It's not easy at all. You're only doing it because you have to, because it's out of your hands by the external environment, your external environment. So you don't really have a choice. And it's making you feel like they're pushing you into that direction. It's not just them, Capricorn. It is the universe too. All right. Because let me tell you something. Cardinal signs have been through the ringer, all the life lessons and all. So now it's time for the rewards to come in. And a lot of the cardinal signs are kind of rejecting these rewards that are trying to come into them because they're not used to it. It's like a different type of vibe. It's a different type of person altogether. It's a different type. But the irony is you as people, cardinal signs, are already changing. All right, those cliches that we have about zodiac signs, even those cliches are starting to change. Those things that we talk about, the archetype of a zodiac sign, because of the way the planets are shifting. You can't help it. And these planets that are shifting, these are major planets that don't move often. Okay, your ruling planet, Saturn, it's in Aries. Why is that a big deal? It's an abrasive zodiac sign against your ruling planet because it's a sign that moves quickly. It moves first, then thinks. You do the opposite. It's think, and then move. Everything is strategy. So there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, because here you're calculating your worth and value. Something has to something stagnated, got bored. So it's either chop city or you communicate to figure it out. All right. But that's the interesting thing with having your ruling planet in Aries. It's forcing you to move. It's forcing you to go forward. Okay. And we also just had Uranus leave Taurus, which was another earth sign. It is now not there. It is now in, which was about economic structure, stability. It's gone into Gemini. Now it's about communication. Now it's about speaking clearly, thinking clearly, and making moves based on that. And that planet doesn't move like every 7 years. Saturn moves every 2 years. Neptune moves every 14 years. These are not planets that move often. So these are new adjustments and personality traits that we're all going to deal with. And the reason I bring it up for you, Capricorn, is because the people in your external environment are also dealing with that. And now you have to adjust. That is why something is being exercised out of your life and something new is coming in. That's why your advice is also telling you, Six of Swords, it's time to mentally disengage from this thing that you had. Maybe it's reached its peak and its plateau, but we want to build from here, Capricorn, for you. That's what universe is trying to say. We want you to move forward from here. You're not taking steps back, you're taking steps forward. Because the way the planet is shifting, these planets, and the way the world is also shifting, it is about adjusting the collective to their new surroundings, to their new environment, to their new well-being. I hope this makes sense. All right. Six of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. Yes, the devil is here with you. You don't want to get obsessed. You don't want to be in this place where, and when I say obsessed, I mean something that's to our own detriment, that we keep thinking about something from our past, a person from our past, and we just kind of just get stuck there, or we repeat a pattern, or we say insecure things to ourselves. No, I'm not good enough. I'll never have this. Those energies are like magnets, and that's what you'll bring in. That's why Spirit's like, what are you doing? Whatever you were dealing with was toxic. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't nice. Maybe it was codependency and you're just used to it, but you need to mentally disengage from this toxic shit. And or person, you need to know your worth and value. You're an empress. What's the Six of Cups in reverse in the moon? You're obviously torn as to what path to take. There is somebody here, though, that is emotionally mature and available. Interesting, the King of Cups is here. And over here at the bottom of the deck was you with the Queen of Cups. But you need to make a finite judgment call. I know you're confused as to who to invest in, because this new person and situation looks appealing. It should be appealing, because that should be the path that should be opening up to you. With all this newness, as is above is below. The planets up there are new. They're in new homes, they're in new zodiac signs, and that is affecting everyone down here. We're all shifting. That is why last year we had the year of the snake, and this is the year of the horse, where we start moving forward. Last year we were shedding the old version of our lives. But now we're in May, when we're having some of the final biggest shifts in the planets. And it's time to just kind of tell the collective, where do we stand? Let's take a toll here of where we are, what we're doing, so we can move forward with our world. Past life relationship here with somebody. Forgiving and learning was the card that was jetting out but didn't come out completely. As you release and heal the past, you appreciate, I got put glasses on, girl. Yeah, you experience more love in your present moment. Yes. So, whatever toxic trait you had or person you were dealing with, environment, situation, it's time to disengage. We'll get into this too in the extended and see what goes on. All right, let's head on over there. Everybody else, I will see you next week.